the major things that the present Chief Minister has been very keen and wants to make it a reality is to see how eligible people could be given the benefit. Now, in our background, if you see the way in which our economic support schemes are organized, they are all organized and revolving around one blank card called the white card, and that is given to distortions. So you have a white card, so a white card guy could be absolutely poor, penniless, shelterless, poor, and a fellow could be living in all the good endowments of nature and society and economy and still have a white card. So the white card was found to be not a very accurate way of assessing the poor. Then the issue was, how should we go about the poor? So it was in this very same premises in APART that we said that if you really want to do a paradigm shift, let us embark on a survey, and let us do that survey on a one day, and let us ensure that all people come for the survey, and we will capture, fully being aware of the fact that there will be distortions in the survey, being aware of the fact that people will exaggerate their current living status to being poor to abysmally poor, and also the fact that many of them will also give us very wrong information. They may even hide their vehicles, they may even fake that they are poor, they may even give documents or rather status to show that they are apparently poor. So we were fully aware of this background. So keeping this in mind, we said that still we will take the survey. The survey will have two objectives. Number one, to identify who is who living in a particular place. Maybe a habitation, maybe a city, maybe a ward, maybe a slum. So first let us get who is actually there, and then develop certain principles of inclusion and exclusion. So what should be those principles of inclusion and exclusion that can emerge out of the survey? So indirectly we have framed questions in the survey format, which will bring in those concepts of what should be the factors which will automatically exclude certain people to say that they cannot get the benefit. Now the benefits could be a hierarchy of benefits, and benefits could be different. Benefits could be separate for pension. Parameters for exclusion and inclusion may be separate for pension, may be separate for housing scheme, may be separate for that. So I just thought, I just raise the issues, and then you may like to interact, and then we can come upon that one. So what should be those automatic exclusion factors from out of this survey, which will say, if Varshini has a scooter, an AC or something like that, a car, she is automatically excluded. She is automatically excluded from my system. The second could be, what should be the automatic inclusion factors? What should be the automatic inclusion factors? The inclusion factors could be a variety of things. In the urban area, it will be slightly different. In the rural area, it will be slightly different. In the urban area, he may be living in a slum which may be relatively better off as compared to a rural area. So the question is, what should be, so what are the vulnerabilities? Residential vulnerability. A person having a thatched roof versus a tiled roof versus a tin roof versus a regular roof versus a BPL scheme housing or a slum housing that has been given. Then what could there be factors on occupational vulnerability? Is there some factors on occupational vulnerability which we say that if he is a daily wage earner only surviving on Narega, or he is only working as a domestic help in Hyderabad, should that person be automatically included or not included? The third one would be social vulnerability, which I thought would be very, very important. Like social vulnerability is that they are not having any children above 18 years to give a lending hand, to give a supporting hand. Perhaps they don't have children, they have people who are above 65 years. That means they are old and incapacitated, they are not capable of working. Hello? Hello? The question is, can we really have such of those things? So on the automatic inclusion principles, so you can have something like residential vulnerability or occupational vulnerability, or it could be social vulnerability, and so on and so forth. Hello? So what are those things? Social vulnerability could be even a female-headed household. Nobody except a female-headed household or a female-headed. So what are those things that we can do? And then we have a survey which we have tried to capture. In fact, we tried to capture such of those questions which are suggestive. Though the whole world thinks that the moment I have filled up the survey form, I am going to get benefits. I also wanted people to revel in that thought, at least for the time being. That will give a lot of enthusiasm for them to fill up the information. So they gave information. So there may not be distortions in age, there may not be distortions in dependence, there may not be distortion, but there may be certainly some distortion in terms of holding of land. How do we really see this household survey as a benchmark? Boss, come. Are inka rendu kurchil తీసుకురా. The way the survey we are looking at is far beyond anybody is really imagining. We are doing two things simultaneously. One is we are already bringing Panchayat Raj institutions into a very big, empowering them. So one of my other hats which I am wearing is in Panchayat Raj, which I am working, and now the draft is ready. We are also talking about different powers being given, making panchayats all powerful. So that means the principle of subsidiarity will kick in. So every panchayat will have the list of households, they will have the list of pensioners, they will have the list of beneficiaries. So no more people going around hobnobbing for getting pensions, etc., through mediators, etc. So that I think will kick in, but it will take some time, because from nowhere we are planning to go to everywhere. The second thing is we want to use this database to purify it in course of time. Suppose we come across these various parameters, how to go about, we have this set of questions. We could come up with a recommendation of how we would score them, what is the scoring pattern we should give. Then that we can figure it into the system, and then we can develop a scoring system, and then after that we can say that so many points is the one which will get X benefit, so many points will get Y benefit, so many points will get no benefit, or so on so. So can there be a stratification of the people across the spectrum? We are not really concerned about like people sitting in this room. I think we are all above hopefully above the poverty line. Though we may not make both ends meet, but still, I suppose we have a house to live and good clothes to wear and basic things. So the basic issue is how do we go about the whole thing? So I would like you to, so through this survey, can there be a way to say that if suppose a person has X, Y, Z things, he is automatically excluded, and if he has A, B, C, D parameters, he is automatically included, maybe on residential parameters, maybe on social, maybe on occupational, maybe some other things also which we have tried to add. And then I leave the floor now for discussions and views.